welcome back to the Texas Hillbilly channel. In this episode we're going to work on the Pinto's interior. We're going to finally tackle the rusty floor pans. But you can see right there how bad they are. And Sam's going to see what's inside a Amazon Fire Stick. Trying to find the extent of the rust. The floor pan's actually cracked right there. It looks like right into this matted area is good metal. That's a seam weld right there. So the rust begins here. There's a hole there. Yeah, there's a hole right there. So looks like this area here, above that, this is fine right here. This whole seat tower area is fine. And here, this area was up a little higher, so it seems okay. This seat tower area got some rust holes. I might just patch instead of doing an entire patch panel, because this is double thickness right here and it's kind of structural. I got some holes in the back, but we're going to focus on the driver's seat area first. It looks like the top of this is solid, so whatever I set in here, I could probably do a panel like that. I'm doing another panel like that. Let's get a cut-off wheel and cut out our bad metal. Point in trying to save this as a shape. I was going to use it as like a template, but it's getting so deformed.
I think you're going to have enough metal from that Mustang.
I'll have plenty. Now I'm not sure if I want to use the floor pans of that Mustang, because if I do, then nobody can use that Mustang for anything. And without floor pans, it's nobody's going to want to buy it. But I mean, what can I cut up? A fender or the hood?
I think the hood would have more flatter pieces though.
Yeah. Flat's not too important, because honestly, like, see how many indentions are in this thing? Little grooves?
Yeah, to make it stronger.
Makes rigidity, right. Otherwise, every time you drive this or you put your feet there, it's going to go ding, 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 ding. It's going to flex, right? So you want grooves, and that's why I was thinking I'd use the floor pans, because they'll be nice and strong. They'll have grooves in them. There's a hole there.
Now you're making it bigger.
Well, if I can poke a hole through it with this, it needs to be replaced. So that's how you find their holes. Look at that entire section. So I might slap in the square that covers most of this, and I could do little patches. Like, once it's covered with my insulation material and the carpet, you're never gonna know. I just want to make sure I don't cut anything, because there's fuel lines right here. Right here, it's fuel lines. They're not touching the firewall though, and they're attached to the subframe.
That ain't good. Is a fuel line right there? In that
No, it's
opening?
this.
Yeah.
That's the shifter linkage, I believe, or it's a speedometer cable. That's what that is. I already have it hooked up to the new transmission. It actually fits. Hopefully, it's calibrated the same, and it tells me the right speed. I think I can get away with cutting this out, like I said. There's a little rust over there, so maybe a little bit further. And then kind of coming back down this way. And then I have one hole there that might be maybe coming across low. And then I'll probably ought to do that corner, because that looks pretty bad there. Something like that. Okay, there we go. How does everything look? Pretty good. So I'll hit this with a wire wheel probably. Vacuum all this out. This is galvanized. And all these areas smooth or bare metal so that I can weld and get some good welds on here. That little area right there I'll patch later. So I guess our next step, I don't really want to play with a grinder wheel just yet. I'm a little, still a little nervous about using grinding wheels. So let's see if we can, I guess, get the hood from the Mustang and kind of maybe cut out our metal.
This looks like the Terminator when it got burned up.
All right, I got a job for you. Take this tool and go take the insulation off the inside of the hood. Just jump right to it, huh? Easy, don't put your hand on it. And it would probably curve, right? So let's do that. All the way to the end of that thing.
So
right here. 26 inches, 27, say?
20. Yeah, around 26.
Okay, so we'll do
But
like...
we could do 27.
Let's do 27 or 28. And then what is our width? Yeah, it looks like the widest point. Plus we got a bend, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's add 2 inches to that. So 18. So 28 and 18, right? So let's go measure out a 28 by 18 square on the hood. Let me get a square. Actually, just go ahead and measure from the front of the hood up 28 inches and let it bend over. We're going to use this as like the firewall area, and this is the bottom of the floor. Turn it around and hook the front of the hood. Turn your measuring tape around and hook it. And just pull 28 inches and give us a mark.
28.
You know that thing locks, right? Oh, this is funny. There you go. Pull it out till we can see 18. Okay, right around there. Go ahead and mark 18. And mark over here at the end of this measuring tape.
One or?
Just right there, yeah. Okay, donezo. Well, I got the metal cut out, but there's so much under hood support that's like glued to that panel that I can't get it to come free. And I've already burned through 2 cutting with this, so I gotta swap out another one and see if I can get this off. I could pry, but I don't really want to crease it up or anything. I guess it doesn't really matter. You ate a strawberry?
With honey.
With honey? How was it? Come on.
It's too sour, and I don't like the vomit feeling. Whenever it gets too squishy, it turns into vomit.
I like strawberries. I just don't like the way they look. To me, they look like an old man's nose. So I have a hard time taking a bite out of an old man's nose.
And
but they taste good.
it tastes bad whenever you eat the seeds because you're not expecting
Little hard chunks.
hard bits.
Yeah. Same's all about texture and looks. All right, well, as soon as I went off camera, I just pulled a little harder and this fell right off. All that glue was what was holding it, and I think it actually got hot from me cutting. And it really stunk cutting through this glue. Anyways, I'm gonna scrape some of this glue off and just set it in there, see how it looks.
What's that clicking noise?
All right, Henry Cho, let's, what I'll do is I'll get some tin snips and I'll just start cutting like the corners and trying to get this down in there. And if I got a bump or something, I'll cut somewhere and bend it, and I'll get it to like kind of push down in there. It's gonna be hard to record this as I do it, so I might just do it and show you the finished product of it.
Jonely Bones.
It's Bodley Joe.
Oh.
Jonely Bonely from Bodley Go, right? Jonely Bodley from Bodley Go. Now, figuring out where I want stuff to start bending. I could, I'm gonna stick this in the vise to get it bending. Okay. So the best thing to do really, prepare all this for welding, and then when you get it close enough to how you want it, you go ahead and tack down. You start putting some tacks, and if you have an area that looks bad, you just weld the closest area, and you hammer the crap out of it, get it into that position you want it, and weld it,
Don't hammer it with the hammer, hammer it with the mallet.
Well, you can hammer with the hammer, doesn't matter. You want this metal to bend, you want it to move. Like, see that radius isn't right. So I'll just weld as far as I can go that way and start hammering down that corner, or get a piece of wood and really just push really hard until it's where I want it and then tack it. Then I have to let go and hammer some more. Eventually the metal will kind of take the shape of what you want, I need to cut out this area here. I guess I don't really have to. Let's see, I got it cut to where this sits right on top of this frame. And then when I put this other piece in here, that shorter too. It'll be close enough. I mean, if it doesn't take it up to that bend right there, I'll just slap some metal there. This doesn't have to look pretty. It's going to be covered with insulation and carpet. So I don't know why people stress about floor pans. Why do they pay the money to buy floor pans? I guess because it's easy, right? But I didn't even look if there's floor pans available for this thing. There might be. But oh well. I have the Mustang hood. The Mustang hood was dented, just for all those that are pissed off about me cutting the hood up. It wasn't a good hood. It was messed up in the front. And most people that build Mustangs put cow hoods on them anyways, right? Alright, so that's pretty well close enough for me to start working with. I'm going to have to now prepare all this metal. I'm going to get a grinder wire wheel and wire wheel all of this.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Get it to where it's a weldable surface, and then I'll have to bust out the welder. This is a good day to do it. It's not hot outside, so because I have to plug the welder into the dryer outlet in the house, which means I have to leave the door open. So it's a good thing we got a cold front. I actually had to prepare this metal too. It may look like bare metal, but this is some sort of coating, and I'll probably prepare both sides. And I was gonna flange it, but I don't think I care. I don't think I have to.
What does flanging do?
Flanging puts that little. It would bend this to go like. Here, I'll show you. Alright, you want to check this out? So this is the flanger side. Watch out, very sharp metal. So I'm just going to flange this side right here.
Oh, that's cool.
So it flanged it and moved it over the exact thickness of this metal. So if you were to put another piece on top, it'd be smooth. And then the hole puncher side.
That's an insane hole puncher.
Try it out. Flanger or hole puncher?
Hole puncher. I wonder if I can do a double.
Neat, right?
Yep. I want to try the flanger.
Kind of got to go up and down it. It's thicker metal than normal. What you think?
That's cool.
Isn't that neat? It's a useful tool. Except I didn't use it this time. Well, I used the hole puncher. That's about it. I got the first half mostly tacked in. It's ugly. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. Kind of got this thing prepped. I think it's pretty well ready to start tacking in and, you know, doing the same thing I did here. And pretty soon I'm going to have a good floor. So I'm not going to record this. It's the same thing you've been watching, just me welding and hammering and welding and hammering. So I'll just show you when I'm done. Here's the ugly floor pan patches I put in. Good enough. Ugly spot welds everywhere. Could never get the voltage and the wire speed right. It was constantly too thin of metal or too thick. Good enough for now. I'm probably going to slap a coat of paint on this, or I'll grind down some welds a little bit so it doesn't snag anything. Slap some paint on it. Come back and do some spot patches here and there. Go underneath, do the same thing. And then I got some insulation material to put down before we put carpet. But also, have to move on to the rest of the area. Real quick before the battery dies, I got the front all done. There's some holes here and there that I'm gonna have to come back and patch up. And then I got the back. I just used a bunch of little scab pieces and patched all the little holes instead of replacing entire sections, because I didn't really want to lose all this rigidity, because this kind of pops, you know. Anyways, there's some pinholes still here and there, little ones, but I'm thinking the seam sealer will probably cover it up, and then when I put my sound deadener down, it should really seal it off. So I'm not really that worried about it. This side is done enough. I got some holes there actually that I need to address, but all the soft spots are replaced. All the holes back here are done. I'm gonna go ahead and focus on the passenger side now, which almost looks like it needs a whole pan as well. I thought I had done the hard side first, but it looks like it's about the same. This is almost non-existent. The back is really bad in this area. I'm gonna have to do a lot more work here than I did on the other side. Once I take the wire wheel to this section, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of bad metal. The seat support is in bad shape, and then even back here, this is pretty rotten. Sucks. Anyways, I'm just gonna get to it. This whole front section, I went ahead and cut out like little spots. On the other side over there, I just kind of covered over. And I know that you know, thinking about it now, that's going to leave these little pockets underneath where mud can catch. So I'm going to have to go back with seam sealer and seal all that. I know that's not the right way to do patches, but if I was going to do it right, I would have bought floor pans for it. But this is the cheap, free way of doing it, right? So I got a lot of the sheet metal cut out and shaped pretty close to how I need it and prepared for welds. All right, I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna call it for a night. I got the back end with the little patch on top of it there. I put a couple little patches there, patched up this area, got a baby patch there. So I still gotta do the back, still gotta do the front, still gotta do a couple holes over there and a couple right there. But it's really tedious and time consuming because the floor's metal in some areas is so thin that once I start welding to it, it just kind of blows away. So I'm having to either kind of work beading back and forth and fill that hole in, or put some more metal on top of it. So it's taken a while. It's really hard to make progress when you have a full-time job, you know? And then when you like your family and you want to spend time with them, but they can't be out here while you're welding and grinding and cutting. So that's what makes this take a long time. So I'll see you tomorrow. It's been 2 solid afternoons of welding, cutting metal, welding, cutting, welding, grinding. I think I'm done. I got it. Let me show you this. 2 pieces to do the front, plus a bunch of little scabs. There. So instead of making it perfect, I'm gonna run bead sealer over everything. That should take care of all the little pinholes. It says allow to dry 30 minutes before painting, but what I'm gonna do is get this down on everything. Hopefully this does the whole floor, every patch panel. So tomorrow we can lay down the sound deadener. Probably should put a coat of paint. I wonder if I should paint over that stuff. Shoot. Maybe I should paint it first. Well, it's the next day, and I don't know what happened to me, but I got sick. Something knocked me on my ass. I don't know if it was the pine saw or the welding fumes or what. Man, I started coughing. I got all the flu-like symptoms, and then I realized I had punctured this already and had this thing just sitting out here, so hopefully this comes out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing it. Flattening it out, making sure it's kind of pressing into the grooves where I want it. I put a lot here. This area is pretty bad. Repaired, patched, and seam sealed. All right, so I'm probably gonna call that it for today since I'm still kind of under the weather. Probably shouldn't be working right now. I just wanted to get that done because I was afraid once I punctured that tube it was gonna be no good real soon. So luckily it was still good. Got it done. I guess I'll see you tomorrow afternoon, and maybe I can get the kids to help me lay down all that insulation material. Maybe I should get better at filming too and actually film my face and not like from here down, right? So, all right, so see you tomorrow.
Looks like normal gray paint that got splattered by a 4-year-old.
All right, so this is a Dynatron seam sealer in gray. I think I got it off Amazon. I don't even remember. It's this stuff. I squirted it out of a tube. From the factory, they use seam sealer anywhere that metal meets, and they just do pinch welds, but normally they like run seam sealer on it. That's what all that crud is, that black junk everywhere. They just kind of gooped it on big time in the factory. So I wanted it to be seam sealed like the factory.
It looks like a biscuit can.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay.
Reporting for duty, Texas Hillbilly.
Kids are ready to take orders.
My shoes untied.
It's time to install the sound deadener in the Pinto. So,
Yes, sir.
all right. So what we're gonna use is this Silas brand sound deadener that I got off Amazon, and you get a bunch of these. Okay, at ease, soldiers. At ease.
What are you doing?
I look like the character from The Simpsons. The one
Sherman,
with the
stay
weird
down.
long nose.
Yeah.
What, on there on the camera?
What's that character's name?
Mr. Burns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so this is like $60 or $70 for this, and it covers 36 square foot, which I think is more than enough for the Pinto. Anyways, these are what the sheets look like. That's a bundle of 3. I think it's 2 millimeters thick, and they're sticky back, and they're foil lined. I just want some good insulation material and sound deadener before I put down the carpet. So, you guys ready to install these?
Nope.
Okay, so you guys ready to install these?
Nope.
Do y'all want to take a nap first, or what?
Nope. Nope.
What do you need before we can start?
No.
No?
This part right here is gonna be the seat. It is. I'm ready. Hey,
Are you ready now, finally?
Finally.
Okay. All right, pull this off. This is a large piece. We could cut them smaller if we want to.
Hey, Sam. I'm seatbelted.
All right, and then we're gonna place this like here. Actually, let's go up a little bit, like that, and it just sticks on, right? And you just start pushing it down into all the grooves, okay? And if you want, you can start using the roller to try to smooth it. Well, they sell really good rollers for this, but that's the one it's a free roller. That's how you're doing it?
No.
Okay.
Just try
See
to put
these
pressure.
grooves here, son?
Yeah.
Push it down into those to get it as flat as we can.
Mhm. You just ran over my finger. Try to get this part smooth. I think that's on. Is it good?
I think that's pretty good.
It's not good yet.
Y'all think y'all could do the other side by yourself?
No. Yeah. Look at this.
Alright, don't let it fold down on itself. It could get stuck. So pretty much get that edge. See how we put this edge right up against here? Try to get the edge over there. Maybe come up a little bit.
Oh crap. I can't grab it. So we want to come up into that little hole right there.
Grab that end and hold it up. And push it all the way up against that edge over there.
Right here. Wait, make it, line it up against the wall.
There you go.
Now put it down.
That's probably
It's
fine.
wonky.
That's fine. There you go.
Push.
I guess it's staying there. That's where it's gonna be.
This is. Alright. Push. That's a little low.
There you go.
It's like painting. But not like this. Imagine if you painted like that. You definitely won't get paint all over your hand. Whoa. We need Mr. Strength to come over here. Mr. Strength, we need you.
You need to get your mom?
Right there. No, you're the
What?
Mr. Strength.
Mr. Strength.
See, if we have to, we can cut it and let it go in that gap, but I'm really not that concerned about that.
Wait, we need it like smooth?
I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but the more it adheres, the better. Yeah, come here, Sharon. You can come in here. Now you won't get your leg chopped off and have tetanus.
He will if the plates.
It
Or
was
is it Tetris?
Tetris.
You won't have Tetris. Come on, bud.
Good boy.
Help us out, Sherman.
Good
Help us out,
boy.
buddy.
Yeah, you're pushing on it.
I'm gonna have to find
Barely
the seat holes and poke them. Okay. Go get me another sheet.
I need the piece of sheet.
That's a boo-boo word.
Let's just focus on this. Wait. Before we push down this, let's make it go all the way to there. Look at that. All right, go ahead and start pushing now. And you know, when we get as many full sheets as we can down, we'll start cutting little pieces to fill in all the gaps.
This is easy because it's just a flat piece.
Yeah. This edge, like to this
Can you
edge.
hold this side and
Okay.
line it up?
Wait, before you set it, let's get this edge going.
That is wonky.
Yeah, Yeah, we're going to have to fill the gaps. But see, let's just kind of spread it and smash it. And
It's wonk wall.
do that.
Sam,
And
give me
we'll-
that.
Look, baby, we'll make little pieces for this side, like little triangles and whatnot, to fill all these voids.
So this piece is gonna be wonky, or maybe.
There you go. Good job. She doesn't even roll it. She just slides it.
Oh, that's so wonky. For these two pieces. Water.
All right, bud.
I
Let's.
feel like my hair's gonna catch on fire from.
It's LED.
That'd be cool to catch on camera.
That would be actually good for video. So I'm okay if you do catch on fire.
Well, your channel.
Well, that's pretty
that
sacrificial to say.
Hey, it's for the views.
He's
so
our only son.
3rd-degree burns, but it's for the views.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that perfect cut.
Terrible.
Don't look that close. All right, you want to do this one?
It's absolutely terrible. No.
How do you want it?
It's front. Well, hopefully it goes like no. Oh crap! We got a pinch.
Yeah, it's okay. Just you can stretch this stuff kind of, and stretch and smash. All right.
He's right there. Sit, German.
Don't you hate that it doesn't have more windows?
Don't you love that it's only
I
got
love
four
that it's got
windows?
two.
I'm so claustrophobic. I couldn't
I
ride
know,
back there unless
I-
I was looking out the window.
I know this wouldn't be great for a cruise. Like, I mean, for like a trip with a family. It'd only be good for a trip with like 2
Like if
people.
you're camping.
Yeah, or just 2 people, or local driving
got
around.
That
Just
split.
it's okay. That's fine. It just makes it do this area better. I was curious because this is just a bolt-on panel, you know, and you can get the window panel. And almost wonder what would it be like if I had just the first window for a station wagon. You know what I mean?
Just a first window?
It's 2 windows, so
Yeah.
the window would go to like here.
Yeah.
Just the first window and the rest this style. What would that look like? It would allow the rear passengers to have a window and not be claustrophobic, but it would still maintain the partial panel van with partial porthole. Yeah, I don't know if that would ruin the whole thing
There's
or
support.
be innovative.
What
you
if
know?
you did?
This is where we're at with the insulation or sound deadening. I went in and used all 36 square foot. I did the back seating area as well. I did up on the side wells a little bit, way up in the fender wells, or not the fender wells, the foot wells, all around the transmission tunnel. I tried to use every bit of that 36 square foot so you see pretty much what you get out of that box. So for, what was it, $68 I think, I got all of this. Pretty good, right, son? I want to mention before moving on, so this sound deadening stuff, everywhere there's a seam, you got to be careful. If you sit down on this stuff, it'll put a black rubber, like silicone, like whatever this material is, line on your pants. So don't wear good jeans or be really careful. And if you don't pay attention, you do wear bad jeans, you get the stuff on your butt, and you go sit down in the house and you put a nice black line across your fancy couch, or your crappy couch, whatever you got. Anyways, we're down to just me and Sam. So let's get the carpet and lay it down. You know what? There's not going to be a hole for that either. Can we remove the park brake?
Well, just 2 bolts.
2 bolts. It's going to have a cable. How hard would it be to disconnect the cable? There's one. Is that all of it? Is there another nut there? I can't see.
That is
There is a
attached
nut.
to
Okay,
that.
let me get another nut.
Those are attached to that, so you're gonna take.
Yeah, I'll take those 2. Where did the socket go that was just in my hand? Literally like 1 second ago, the socket that was here holding that nut. How do I lose that? I swear, I spend more time searching for the tool I just had than I do actually working. It was on here.
It's right here.
How? Oh, because we have a chrome floor now. Man. All right, so I need to get a 1/2 inch deep socket. It may not want to go.
Oh,
Oh,
Right
sweet.
away.
Perfect. All right. So now you can unbolt those 2 bolts and see if you can get that thing out of there. Down here,
Is that a half or a 13?
this is a 1/2. Okay,
That's extreme leverage.
that should work. Oh, it wasn't even tight. All right, you should be able to get that now.
Where did I put the... You got the stupid one.
What's that
The
mean?
strips.
What? What are you talking about? The 12. Hammer down. Right. That's off. And how are you doing it? Oh, great. How'd that work? In other words, I don't want to deal with it, right? Are you ready to do carpet?
Nope.
I already opened the carpet box. Let's switch to that video right here. Carpet for the Pinto. And a little surprise for you. Let's see. Let's open it together. This was a custom carpet kit that I actually purchased from OC Carpets out of, what is it called? Like Simi Valley or something, California. But they're just a wholesaler for OC, or AC, Auto Custom Carpets, ACC. So this, I mean, they pretty much just drop ship, but mine was custom made. 74 to 80 Ford Pinto 2-door wagon passenger area. Not the back, just the front. That's okay. Woo! Check this out. Oh man. It's not the greatest quality. This was like $195 on my receipt, but yeah, it was under $200. This is custom made, so there's no returns because this was not a factory color option. I went with mandarin orange, which he called pumpkin. He sent me a bunch of samples on my phone. I texted him. He called this pumpkin, but it's officially called mandarin orange. What was in there originally was called chamois. You know the color of chamois. It was a little bit oranger than most chamois, but not much orange at all. So I want to go back with a popping color of this, and whether I paint the car orange or not, I want a wild looking interior. You like this or what, bud? You like it? You like it? Yeah, boy. Where you going? So, speedy boy. You're gonna fill it up with dog hair before I even get it in, huh?
Is there junk on top of it?
I don't know. You'll find out if it hits you in the head. I think those extra insulated areas are for the footwells. Okay.
I ruined everything.
Yeah. Where's the front? Where's the back?
That's the front because you said that the foot panels would.
I think the rears have it too. But on the top, there's a foot, like a protected
yeah.
area where where your pedals go, where your feet will be for just the driver.
Oh,
So you have to open it up.
Color's the best.
Don't you love it?
There's the front.
Yep. All right. Here, let's put this over here and start shoving it in. Like bed sheets, it's like we're gonna walk through like this.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do it?
Yep.
I'm trying to get under the carpet. We got a long ways to go still. There we go. See how it still needs to go your way more. There you go, that's probably about right. So now we'll tuck it under this. Let you go forward. Oh, wow. Like, I have to cut all this? Why would they? Get the ratchet thingy-majigger, impact gun. And let's take loose that bracket.
Yes.
Ratchet impact thingy-majigger gun.
Oh, we gotta drill through.
What's
We
that?
gotta drill through the carpet or something?
Probably. That's okay though.
This is nice.
It's gonna be.
Gonna
Alright. It gonna be. It gonna be. Alright, take that loose right there. Okay. Our whole dash is gonna be loose now. I wish I had my ratchet wrenches. Where do you put all the hardware? Oh, over here now?
Mm-hmm.
You're just like playing hide and go seek with the hardware?
Yep.
Cool. Weird little patches right there.
Did that thing fall? No.
All right, now, oh, there's 2 more there and there. I can't get to them with that. I gotta get a ratchet. Can you go ahead and pause the video?
Why did they make Pintos like this?
I love this 8-track though, like it looks like a normal display, but
Wait, what?
good luck finding 8-tracks. Actually, I bet it's easy to find 8-tracks nowadays. Oh, come on, get on there. Oh, you're home. Look, here's the right mirror adjuster.
Right?
Is the mirror moving? Mirror roar. No?
I can hear it like.
Oh, is it trying? The cable must be broken inside there. Is it really loose? Yeah, the cable must be busted. It's alright, those mirrors are cool. Those are sport mirrors?
I think those mirrors that you can adjust with that little thing is cool.
It is cool. So glad that creepy Barbie head's staring at me as I work on this. Okay, other one. Now this should come out very easily, please. Oh look, it'll just hold it there for me. Alright, now we're gonna have to try hard
How
to
does the dash not just fall on you?
fish this up in there. It's attached everywhere else.
Everywhere.
Everywhere else. So this should go down somewhere like that.
It looks like a pug's face right now.
It does. The carpet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna. Now this isn't like perfect fit carpet. No, they get it close, but I don't think they get it perfect. And of course they say like put this thing out in the sunlight so that it gets nice and soft. But it's been in the hot shop all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plenty hot. Okay, that's pretty far.
I'll get over here and pull.
Clearly, it needs to go that way. So let's start shifting this thing over.
I already feel like it's much roomier.
Roomier?
Yeah.
You feel like we gained space somehow?
Yeah.
Alright, this needs to go.
Without all the bumps and lumps that you can't see, it feels bigger.
Giant hole there. Giant hole room somewhere in here.
Oh, let me just sit here. Nope.
Well, this is pretty much where we need it. So when you have it like exactly where you want it, everything's perfect. At the very end, the last thing you do is cut this stuff. You don't want to cut it too soon. All right, where you are, we need to pull the carpet towards you. Like in this corner.
Oh. It's wonky.
That's better. Yeah, that's much better. So, like once I get the kick panels painted the color I want, might just go with black. But if I could find a cool color, I wish they would make orange interior spray paint.
Mhm.
I definitely would paint my door panels and everything orange.
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right, well, I think this is good enough for now. This needs to go this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
This should be, you don't know? It should be something like we want these corners in like that.
I don't think I've ever seen a Pinto until we got this Pinto.
You probably haven't. They're not super common. And you know they only made 15,000 of this exact model. 2 different years, like added up, it's only 15,000.
Wait, 76 and 77?
Yeah.
Jeez, just 15,000.
Yep. And so imagine how many are still on the road? Probably less than 5%.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just sold one not far from here for $4,200.
Night night.
Wake up! Sam wants to sleep here tonight. How's it look? I think it looks great, right?
Yep.
So I think I went with the right color choice. It was, one of my options was like a bright orange, and I thought bright, vibrant would be cool. But this is it's spelled mandarin, but I think it's supposed to be mandarin orange. Anyways, this was mandarin orange, whatever. And I think this was the right choice, because this is kind of a classic orange, right?
Yeah.
Don't you like that? But even though the original color is pretty bright, I still feel like this orange would go even if we still painted the Pinto that color.
Mm-hmm.
Having orange that's not the exact same tone, I feel like I feel like oranges go with oranges no matter what.
Slightly darker is fine.
Yeah. Here it is. We got the carpet in the Pinto, and it looks freaking rad, don't you think? What do you think? How do you like this? You think I went with the right color? I think that's perfect nostalgic orange. You know, if I paint the Pinto the old original orange color, it'll still match. You know, it's slightly darker, slightly duller, but if I had gone with bright orange, it would have clashed, I feel like. So even if I don't paint the Pinto for a while, this looks cool. So I still gotta obviously get it in the perfect spot, start cutting my holes for the shifter and the, you know, the park brake, seat belt holes, seat holes. Once I get all that done and get the carpet tight, everything perfect, exactly where it needs to be, I'll do my final measurements and cuts for my floor, my sill plates. But for now, I think this is a heck of a good stopping point. I got another video coming out in about a week that's gonna be on the fuel tank, because we also gotta tackle the engine stuff, right? And I can't really, I can't make this thing run without 38 PSI, but I got a solution right there. It's pretty awesome. You're gonna like that video, but hopefully that'll be done in about a week. And then after that, we'll pick back up on the interior, hopefully get the seats in, get all this finished out, finish this door panel, you know, and maybe paint some things up, make it look good, get it where, you know, it looks like a complete car again. If you enjoyed this video, maybe think about subscribing, give the video a like, a comment, whatever. It all helps out, and I really appreciate it. Come back and watch the future content on the Pinto as we continue to build this thing into a fun little hill country cruiser. I cannot wait to daily drive this thing. My wife's gonna hate it, I'm gonna love it. Anyways, we'll see you next time.